Tiara, we have 2 more questions. Can you bear through it?
Can we pick our best one, Mark? Listen, it's high school graduation season. Yes, well, I'll hang out. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's do 1-minute answers though.
All right. Where are we? Who got the question last? Was it you, Daniel?
I don't remember.
I believe
Mark,
it was.
I'm sorry.
I think it's coming to me, right, Elisa? I think she's better at track. Okay.
Okay. Tom, this one is on you. Gun laws vary from one state to another. Some states have open carry laws, but require a permit for concealed carry, while other states do not. Neither the ATF nor any other federal agency issues a permit or license to carry a weapon, either open carry or concealed. The question is, do you support a national carry license? And if so, what specific steps will you take to make a national carry license a reality?
I think I'm absolutely, first of all, in like I said, violent agreement with the removal of gun-free zones. I think we need a constitutional carry across the United States, constitutional open carry across the United States. That needs to be clear. And then a federal, I don't like the idea of a federal license. I think that we need national reciprocity. So in other words, if a state offers a concealed carry permit, then they have to accept a concealed carry from another state, simply because for example, I have a very, very high level security clearance. I get polygraphs regularly. I'm a professional instructor. I'm probably more trained in the use of firearms than most law enforcement, just out of mere age. So I think that across the entire United States, I am an asset in any community that I'm in, regardless of what state I'm in if I'm traveling. So we need a national reciprocity law that basically says if you have a concealed carry in one state, that state offers a concealed carry permit, I should be able to carry and follow the same rules that I would follow. This is my son Nicholas, in that situation. So I believe we've got to take this to the Supreme Court. Right now, today, as a matter of fact, the Supreme Court refused to see, I think it's 10 cases that have come before the Supreme Court. We've got to take this to the Supreme Court and get the entire country on board. And I also want to hit a little bit on what Elisa said. You know, really we have what is, I believe, is a fear of firearms, because the urban community has become disenfranchised from their Second Amendment rights. Each generation, it gets worse and worse. And so they're afraid of guns, and therefore, because they don't have an ongoing regular relationship with firearms, they're afraid of gun owners. So we've got to take this to the Supreme Court. And, you know, I'm going to fight that battle from day one to make people understand that law-abiding citizens that are armed are an asset to a community anywhere that they're at.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. Alyssa?
All right. So I think the fact that gun laws vary from state to state is part of the problem and part of the pushback that we in Virginia made loud and clear in terms of our own sanctuary policy and resolutions across the Commonwealth. Because if we go from one place to another and you don't know, do I need to to remove my magazines, stow, like proper storage, all of that, it does get very confusing. I absolutely support constitutional carry, and I really don't like to play the game of Mother May I. I have the right to keep and bear arms, and it is protected by the Second Amendment, and I shouldn't have to ask for a permit to have that privilege granted to me, because it is a God-given natural right to own a firearm and self-defend against myself and against tyranny. So with the question being, do I support a national carry license? Yes, insofar as it makes it easier for us to go about our business as law-abiding citizens and responsible gun owners, to end the confusion from one jurisdiction to the other. But ultimately, fundamentally, I'm actually opposed to requiring the permit at all, just to conceal carry. And then particularly as a woman, I'll speak to this, it shouldn't matter whether the gun is concealed in my purse or on my person to require a permit versus open carry. And, you know, if I'm wearing a dress, my options are very limited for open carry. So I'd have to walk around with it in my hands pretty much. But again, I oppose fundamentally that whole mother may I, can I have my rights back, please, when I file this permit and pay a fee to get the permit.
Okay, thank you, Elisa. Daniel?
Well, Alito and Thomas were right on this today when they said that the Second Amendment apparently is being treated like a second-class right by the Supreme Court. Since McDonald and since Heller, we haven't had any the Supreme Court making it totally clear to every state that we have the right to keep and bear arms. And doggone it, that means exactly what it says. So I'm in favor of concealed carry reciprocity. I'm in favor of nationwide constitutional carry. So no license required, provided that you're not a felon, that's fine. If you can't get either of those though, then it makes sense to have some kind of national license, but that's like accepting a C on a test when you should be striving for an A or a B. So the A or B is good. The C is, you know, it's better than nothing. It's better than our system we have now. But Mark, but actually it's worse than what you described, because it's not just states having strange regulatory issues. It's even within states, and our ridiculous governor and our ridiculous legislature here in Virginia have made it so that localities can pass their own laws. And as a matter of fact, my own place where I live, not in City of, I don't live in City of Alexandria, I live in the larger area, but the City of Alexandria is about to pass one of these things that says you can't have guns here, you can't have guns here, they can't be concealed. And what it does is creates a patchwork inside your own state, and it's going to make it so that if you get pulled over for a traffic stop and you happen to be a concealed carry permit holder, that pops up on the police officer's computer system. And if, by the way, you happen to be in Old Town Alexandria and you have your weapon on you, you're in real trouble in a lot of areas. So really scary stuff. We're seeing it going on. And so what we can do is we can get one of these cases to the Supreme Court and then have them stand up and be totally clear with everybody right now. And we need more justices who will do that. And that's who I'll vote to confirm as a senator.
Okay, thank you very much.